Hi everyone, this is Lisa. Wanted to just make a quick video while I was doing it on this jacket. If anyone remembers, I posted a couple of videos on the trousers I made out of this fabric for my client, mainly lining the pocket opening on the trousers with a gimp braid. So this is the rest of the fabric, and we had enough to do a blazer and a vest. And the vest is going to be the lining fabric on the back instead of the fashion fabric, as a true vest should be. But right now we are working with the jacket, and I'm going to tailor this jacket. Tailored jackets have a lot more structure in them than a non-tailored jacket. A non-tailored jacket would be, this is the back piece. I don't know if you can see this back here, but this right here is the back vent. Right here. And these are the back pieces, center back seam. Normally in just a regular jacket, you would maybe have some interfacing here along the neck edge, or just your facing would be interfaced, and you would not have anything on the wrong side of your fashion fabric. It would just be like this. But on this particular fabric, I want you to notice how loose it is. See those folds that appear whenever you do that? Now, when you have a jacket that has been interlined, which this is a tailor's interlining, that it's fusible that I've just pressed on it, you do the same thing and you have a lot more structure. Listen to how hard I'm scratching that. That won't allow me to do it on this side that is not interlined. See what a difference that is? It's a difference in everything. This is going to give this jacket a lot more structure without it being heavy. It's still got a lot of movement to it, but it is a little bit stiffer, and all of this grain, because this is really loose woven, if you really looked at it and see how easily it frays, that's real loose weave. So in order to kind of capture that loose weave into this form, I went ahead and pressed this inner lining, and I'm going to show you how I did it. It's called Tailor something, Tailor Made or Tailor something. I forget the name of it, but I get it up at Hancock's. But any kind of grained, this does have a grain. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me get close. Can you see that now? Yeah. See how this is grained in through here? You can see these grain lines. This will hold this on the grain of fabric. The wrong way. I keep on going the wrong way on you, don't I? Let's tilt you back up here where I need you. Okay. So we're going to interline this piece here. I've already done this one. Now you can use a press cloth. You cannot use a press cloth. First thing I do when my fabric looks very similar on each side, I determine which side I want to be the right side at cutout. And then usually I will do my right sides together on the inside, simply because if I have dirty hands, I'd rather it be on the outside instead of on the inside. And it's just a way to keep this inside clean until you're ready to work with it. So I usually put my insides together, and then on this piece, or any piece when I'm getting ready to interline it or put interfacing on it, I will go ahead and take my chalk. I love this thing, this little chalk pen, and I will put a W on the wrong side of the fabric to keep me in line. Otherwise I might make myself two left sides if I'm not careful. Alright, so here's our inner lining. Yes, I'm carrying my smoky. You guys know I have to have my smoky. Now this stuff, if you have any kind of a rough spot on your fingers, it's going to catch on it. I'm telling you that right now. This stuff is very, very, very particular to work with. Now if you notice, I cut my inner lining on my back seam line. This is the center back seam line. What I think I'm going to do here is to pull it over just a little bit. It'll be moved away from this arm edge right here. Let me tilt you down a little bit further. There you go. It'll be further away from this arm edge. It'll be closer in and on that seam line. And the only other edge that is affected is this neckline, which I can cut off. See, I have pricks on my fingers and now it moved on me. I'm not going to use a press cloth. My iron's not a real good iron. It doesn't mind what I tell it I want it to do, such as my steam and my heat for some reason. Brand new iron too. Don't get a T-foul. I'm going to use it until it's worn out. Now on this you just press. 10-second hold. You can use a press cloth if you want to. I like to give it a good shot of steam first off and then just rest the iron on it. Lift up, move, steam. I usually count to about 10. Lift up, steam. Now as you go along, excuse me, notice the difference in appearance on how an unpressed inner lining looks next to the press inner lining that we have down here. The appearance is actually different, so you'll know when you've got a good bond. Now this iron is giving me steam right now, so I'm not going to shoot it with steam. Always with interfacings and fusible webs or of any kind of fusible, do not iron. Ironing is back and forth. Okay, you can do that on a seam to open it up. You can do it on a seam when it's just been sewn and closed up, but do not iron your fusibles at all. Pick up, do a press. There is a difference between ironing and pressing. Now we're getting to a wider area here, so I need to kind of adjust my iron position. When you pick up and lay back down, you overlap a little bit on the outside, the right outside edge, and then the new one will overlap on its left outside edge. So you get a lot more bonding. Now it's not giving me steam. I don't understand this iron. And we're almost done. See, I can't even shoot it with steam, and it's blinking now, telling me its temperature is wrong. I'm going to have to go over this again, I can tell you that. See the difference in the look? This one you can tell is bonded, especially right down here. You can definitely tell the difference. Now see here, my iron is spitting out water now. It's wanting to steam now. Didn't want to steam when I wanted it to steam. I'm going to save up and get me one of those $400 irons. Hell with it. Tired of dealing with these. Everyday irons. I want a professional iron. This is not a professional iron. This is a commercial iron, not a professional iron. No, it's not even a commercial iron. You know what I'm saying. It is not good. See, it's still spitting water. I'm not going to put that on my garment when it's still spitting water. There. Now I'm getting steam. So that's why you don't want to iron. See how the garment kind of picks up with my iron? Now look at the difference in the looks. You can tell. Right here especially, this is well bonded. Next video I make on this, I think, is going to be our decision on where to put the welt pockets. I think I'll do those first. That's during construction. This is for a client, so what I do first is I baste the pieces together and then do a fit. I do all my prep work like this, and then I'll baste all these pieces together, and then we'll do a fit on it. And during the fit, we will decide at what point we want her welt pockets. And if the fit is good, I'll come home and go ahead and finish the garment out. If the fit is not good, I'll come home and make whatever adjustments, rebaste, and refit until I get the fit I want. Once I get the fit I want, I transfer those alterations over to my paper pattern, or in this instance into Pattern Master Boutique, and I can spit this pattern out, a fitted pattern, every time. I can also use this pattern to make the same adjustments to a slightly different style. Okay, so there's that. Look. See, this has not been pressed down well. Good thing I picked that up like that. My dog. Yeah, I can see how this is not pressed down well. This is bonded up here. It's darker. It just gets real dark. This is slightly bonded here. Slightly bonded there. But not truly bonded. Just gotta get a good steaming going on it. Pick off whatever you don't need. I didn't tell you in my camera here, because I have to have this little viewer, my arm that extends the viewer out, the view screen, and it allows me to tilt it and rotate it so that I can see it from the front of the camera. But it depends on how far you rotate it as to whether you look upside down or not. I'm looking upside down right now. So I'm sitting here going, am I on the camera or not? Or whatever. I hope you all see this. Just a little funny tidbit. Okay, now my iron's decided to stop steaming. And here's a wet spot. See? I can't win. I cannot win with an iron. My last one was a good one. It just conked out on me. It never pulled this. Now, let's get the press cloth out. And that's probably going to get it wetter. Yep, look at that. Oh my God, look at that. That's horrible. Don't want that on there. I think it'll dry out. Terrible iron. Don't get a T-foul. And then I'll turn the steam off and go to a dry iron and try to press out that moisture there. It might be better if I turn my steam halfway instead of full way. That might be part of my problem here, but I like a lot of steam. That's why I want one of those commercial irons that have a tank that holds the water that you get the steam from. All right, line these back up and put them on the pattern. So now you see after I blocked it and put this interlining on, it still fits perfectly to the pattern piece. And I'm just going to put one pin in. Now I'm not going to sit and show you the basting. I might go ahead and do some prep work. No, I don't think I will. Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and do a serge on these, the back vent line right here, so that it doesn't keep on unraveling on me, because I don't have any interlining in that part of the jacket. Now any part that I have interlined, because it's fusible, it's not going to fray. So I won't have to serge my seams in the jacket really, because it's going to be lined, and that's a lot of the reason that you line a jacket. But this I do need to go ahead and treat, because when I start working with this, it's going to start raveling. All right, that's it for this episode. Next, we're going to baste these pieces together. You know, this is the back, and this is the back. Okay, I'm back, and this wanted to add something to the interlining segment that I just did. This is the vest. It's just a very simple waistline vest with one dart in the middle of the front, one dart in the middle of the back. Not a big deal. I just did a V-curve V-neck on her. They look real good on her. So here is the wrong side of my fabric. I marked my dart lines, although those are not accurate. But what I want to show you on my interlining, when I came to the dart lines, I went ahead and marked them and cut them out. And let me show you why. One of the reasons is because I don't want all this excess in my dart. Another reason is because it will show me, first of all, it'll show me where to sew, second of all. Third, or actually that's probably first of all, second of all, I don't want that much bulk, because what I'm going to do is split the seam, or split the dart down the center, press it open, and just leave this little bit right here. I could probably get my rotary cutter in there a little bit cleaner if I wanted to, but I don't want to cut too close because it'll ravel out through the stitching. So we probably are going to leave it just like that. So again, what I did is I cut my interlining up to the dart line and then cut that dart out on the interlining, and that gave me a perfect sewing line and no bulk in through the dart. Okay, that's what I wanted to show you. Happy sewing. Bye.